Hey guys, happy St. Patrick's Day. I'm making this video very quickly as a frequently asked questions video. I get a lot of questions from people asking about the Merchant Mariner video series. And so I was going to just ask a few of the most frequently asked questions because it's a lot easier than typing them all out, even though many of you I already answered individually. Let's begin. How did you get this job? Well, other me, that's a really good question. First, I started by getting my Merchant Mariners document and TWIC card. You have to have both of those documents in order to sail. The Merchant Mariners document, also known as a sailing card, also known as a ordinary seaman's license, is gotten through the Coast Guard. And what you have to do is you have to go to a Coast Guard station that will do fingerprinting and a background check, apply, fill out the forms necessary. I believe you have to pay a $130 fee, but most companies that you work for will reimburse you for that. The TWIC card, I don't exactly remember. I think it's the State Department you have to go through, but it stands for Transportation Workers Identification Card. If you Google both of those things, you can find out how to get them fairly easily. They're not super complicated to do. More to the point, though, my dad's buddy back in college actually sailed to help him pay for law school. And so when I was 18, this is years ago now, when I was 18, he came and he said, well, look, Tim doesn't know what he's doing, which was totally true. I have no idea what I'm doing with my life. Still kind of don't know what I'm doing, but whatever, we're working it out. We met and we talked about it. It sounded kind of cool. So I just said, hey, let's try it. Let's go for it. And then sure enough, about 6 months later, I was on a ship for the first time. That was in the fall of '08. How long does it take to get all those hatch covers off? On a good day, I can bust all the clamps on one hatch cover in about 2 minutes. How long do you guys stay on the ship? How much would an unlicensed deck guy make with no sea experience? Do you get paid bi-weekly? Can you have a TV, MP3 player, laptop, etc.? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Slow your roll, bro. The first time that I sailed in '08, it was 2 months, and then I had 2 weeks at home, and then I had another 2 months. The last time, where all these videos come from, I was on there for about 3.5, almost 4 straight months. Most guys work 2 months and go home for vacation, the guys with high seniority. So I would rather not talk about the money figures. It's better than minimum wage. Yes, you can have a TV, you can have your laptop. In fact, the first time I sailed, there was no internet, which kind of sucked. But the last time I sailed, most of the boats in the fleet had gotten wireless internet access. Next question. The Book of Bro, according to Trey, chapter 3, verse 24. And brother Tim said unto brother Chris, thou art worthy of my bro love and adoration. And thus did the skies open up, and from them rained down angelic trumpeting, harmonious remixes of Kesha and Kanye. And on that day, almighty Chad nodded towards the union of these two glorious bros, saying, bros, 'tis word. And all was chill. Amen. How was the work, though? Hard, easy, simple, complicated? I'm looking to go to maritime school real soon, and I was hopeful to get an idea of what it's like. Thanks for the video. So the work is like this. When you're at a port, like when you're making a dock, which is what I was responsible to do, me and 4 other guys that were in the deck department, we were responsible for tying the ship up when we made a port and casting off when we were leaving a port. Pretty much the whole time you're at a dock, you're working. The boat doesn't use its engines to shift up and down the dock. At a lot of places you go, whether it's unloading or loading, the cargo is on a raised up platform and they dump it in chutes down into the cargo hold. And you often, because of the way that they have to load the boat for stress reasons and other those kind of factors, you have to slide the boat up and down to where the cargo is on the dock. And in order to do that, they use these steel cables and winches. So they just use the force of that to shift the entire boat. There's 2 in the front, there's 3 in the front, and there's 3 in the back. So my job is to move the cables to wherever we have to go to get enough tension to move the boat back and forth. And so a lot of times, so the way I describe it is when you're working a dock, it's like you bust your ass for like 20 minutes. Sometimes when you get out 50 feet, you're just dragging, like 100 pounds of cable on the ground. But then you wait. So you hurry up to work and then you wait. And sometimes you can be waiting for 30 minutes, sometimes you could be waiting for 10 minutes, sometimes you could be waiting for an hour. It depends on how the load is going, what the deal is. There's a lot of factors involved in that. So yeah, so it's a lot of hard work for like a short period of time and then you chill. Oh, there was another thing. Okay, so the maritime school. There's another way to get on the ships if you don't just directly go and get your certificates. You can go to what's called a maritime school. And the way that this works, I should describe the rating system. When you enter the company, or when you enter the fleet and you have no experience, your rank is an OS, which stands for Ordinary Seaman. I believe it's 365 days of sea time. You can take a course at a maritime school to get your AB ticket, which stands for Able-Bodied Seaman. Now, the able-bodied seamen, they have a little bit more responsibilities, and they get paid a little bit more. You're required to have at least 6 ABs on board. So if you have an AB ticket, you become more valuable to the company because they need to fill those slots, and the OSs just kind of float around. If you go to maritime school, you can spend 4 years in that program. You will graduate with a third mate's license. Okay. And then you can go right into the field as a third mate if there's a position available. So there's two paths. You can go up the hoss pipe, as they say, and work your OS year, and then work your 3 years as an AB, and then go and take classes and learn to be a mate. The other way is to go the collegiate route and do your 4 years in school, graduate with a third mate's license, and then et cetera, et cetera. There's plenty of captains who have done that as well. There's just 2 ways to do it. I'm sorry if I didn't answer every question that you needed. If you have any more questions, ask them in the comments of this video, and I will respond. This job isn't for everyone. If you go out there, be chill. Do what they tell you to do, and they'll teach you everything you need to know. So I was really fortunate this last time that we had a really good deck gang crew. Everybody got along for the most part, and we had a lot of fun. That's all I have for you. Happy St. Patrick's Day.